Hi, this is Adam Lane from PocketNow.com. I'm also a Windows Mobile MVP, and we're here with Vin Rock. And why don't you tell us a little bit about your contest you have going on?
All right, how you guys doing out there? It's Vinny Brown from Naughty by Nature, aka Vin Rock, and we have a promotion going on with Microsoft Windows Mobile over Facebook. And our contest is you can win this brand new HTC Touch Pro 2. Preloaded with Naughty by Nature's custom theme, preloaded with our brand new single called Get to Know Me Better. So the contest started June 15th. We picked the winner on July 15th, and the winner will win this phone, and then the winner and a guest will get flown out to LA at the Nokia Theater on August 15th and see us perform live, man.
So the winner has to answer 2 trivia questions about Naughty by Nature?
Absolutely. Well, they'll get the 2 questions. I'll share the 2 questions with you. The first question is, what was the name of Naughty by Nature's group before we switched it to Naughty by Nature? And then the second question is, what was the title of the album under that previous group's name? So with those 2 clues or with those 2 questions, you can use the internet, do some research, and I'm sure you'll come up with them.
So they can find the answers right now and be ready.
Oh, definitely be ready. So it's basically like the lottery. You have to be quick, like one of those Jeopardy games or whatever. You press the button and you know the answer and you're the winner.
Why don't you show us some close-ups of this custom graphics you got here? Okay.
Well, first and foremost, I mean, this is probably the most exciting part for me, is the reboot, you know? I got my buddy Probax. I found him over the internet, thanks to my man Dash, and Probax is from Canada, so once I saw his work, I was like, oh my goodness. He did a custom Jessica Alba theme. So once I saw that on the internet, I was like, I gotta have this. So this is my favorite part right here. Watch this. So, of course, this is custom screen, right? We had an animation going on there. You definitely hear the Hip Hop Hooray music playing in the background. Nice. And there's a 3-shot of myself, KG, and Tretch. And we actually just finished a new album. KG left the group around 1999, 2000. And we just recently reunited and finished a new album, and now this is really exciting, what we're doing here. So we're using the mobile technology to reintroduce ourselves, you know? And as you can see right here, way down at the bottom, if you have a sexy zoom, that's me and KG right there. Now Tret, since he's the leader and he's the man, he gets all the star time there. And on our home tab, as you can see, there's a home called Illtown. Yep. So that's what we dubbed our hometown, East Orange, New Jersey, Illtown. And, you know, just as you go through, there's so many custom icons, custom graphics going on there. And, of course, on the internet, yours truly pops up. Nice. There. You know? So, you know, as you go through the phone, I mean, there's so many custom graphics going on. And the library part, we have this icon, that Naughty by Nature, Anthem Inc. is the title of the new album. So my buddy Probax, he did an incredible job with, you know, incorporating certain elements that's really relevant to Naughty by Nature, you know. And one of the main ones on the homepage is the chain right here. All the Naughty fans know that Tretch represents the chain remains. So that's all our brothers and sisters on lockdown. And, you know, just a reminder that no one's forgetting them.
Excellent. Did he customize any other parts, like the phone dialer?
Well, yeah, he's doing that now. He's doing that now. That's the last part, you know, because, again, you know, this guy, he has to basically hack into TouchFlow 3D, you know. And he said there's so many files there, like thousands and thousands of files. And every time they upgrade the interface, they leave a lot of junk behind. You know, they don't clean up the entire interface. So he has to go through, search through, and figure out what's there.
it's difficult to
Yeah.
figure out exactly how to customize everything.
Exactly. So, you know, we're definitely trying to reach out to HTC and you know, just get a little more insight, info on the user interfaces so we kind of turn around product faster.
I know Windows Mobile 6.5 is going to have a lot of nice features for making your own custom themes.
Yes.
Within that,
Yes.
you're planning to make your own theme for Windows Mobile 6.5 when that comes out as well?
Yes, definitely. And they have a TouchFlow 3D version 2.5 coming out as well. So
that'll be
definitely
another project.
A whole nother project, you know?
Awesome.
And then there's another interface, the Sense UI coming.
Yeah.
They have it for Android, but they're saying they're going to port it for Windows Mobile. So that's a whole nother project.
Lots of options.
Yeah, definitely.
So how did you first get into Windows Mobile?
At first I had a Palm Trio. And that was my first, you know, introduction to the PDA devices. And as I started using the Palm, there was actually an AT&T rep. He had an 8125.
Yep.
And we were both at the car shop, you know, getting our cars fixed. So I had the Trio. I was swearing by the Trio. And he was like, hey, Vin, you may want to check out Windows Mobile. I mean, they really have a lot going on. So after a little researching and I picked up the 8125, I realized, I'm like, wow, this is a mini PC, you know? And once you click the start program and go through everything, I'm like, this is a mini PC. And then I knew all the features it had, you know, just native features. With the Palm Trio, there were a lot of third-party apps you had to use to get email or read PDFs or, you know, do Word documents. And I was like, well, Windows Mobile, this is the real deal, straight up. So I was hooked from there.
Awesome. Now, how did you get hooked up with Microsoft on this contest promotional project?
Right. Well, I've basically been a Windows Mobile fiend ever since, you know. And once I found out HTC was the hardware manufacturer of my favorite Windows Mobile devices, you know, I kind of zoned in on HTC and I started just upgrading from the 8125 to the 8525 to the Tilt, and we've been waiting for this Touch Pro 2, you know. So once I saw the Touch Pro 2, actually even before that, I saw the Touch Pro.
Yep.
And, you know, I've been on XDA developers, all the underground sites. I always check pocketnow.com to get the latest info. And I came across a guy, Dash, who had a Touch Pro. And he had a custom interface on it, which was the Jessica Alba theme. And once I saw that, I was like, wow, you could really do a lot. And automatically, like, I'm the marketing guru for Naughty by Nature. Anything I see, I translate it for the group, you know? So when I saw that, I was like, I could have that for Naughty by Nature. So I dug deep and I found the guy who actually did the theme, a guy named Probex up in Canada. So I emailed him, told him, hey buddy, I'm a big fan of your work. He hit me back, I'm a big fan of your work. And you know, we started developing the theme. Then from there, I knew we had the new album. I was like, I have to find someone from Windows Mobile and cross promote with the new album. So even my road manager, Dwayne, he was like, Vin, you didn't know how, you didn't know when, but you knew you were going to find Microsoft. And it was like divine intervention. We were on a flight to Detroit, and I saw a guy with an AT&T Tilt. So I'm like the phone junkie. I always see or look and see who's using what.
Same here.
And every person who has a Windows Mobile device, I make small talk with them, you know. So I'm like, hey, buddy, I see you're a fellow AT&T Tilt owner, because at the time I had the Touch HD, but I sent it up to Canada so Probex could start working and building the theme. So I reverted back to my Tilt. So I'm like, hey buddy, I see you have an AT&T Tilt. He was like, yeah, I actually work for Microsoft. I'm like, what? He's like, yeah, I actually work for Microsoft, and you know, I'm not allowed to have an iPhone, but we have tons of new phones coming. So please, who are you telling? You have the Touch Pro 2, you have Windows Mobile 7 coming, you have this, that, and the other. And I whipped out my Shift. I'm like, buddy, I use my Shift. I'm like, I'm building a custom theme for the Touch Pro 2. He's like, the Touch Pro 2? He didn't even really know about that. You know, I'm sure he's so involved and so removed.
Department, right?
Yeah. So he's like, whatever, you know. But I told him about the phone. I'm like, I'm developing this theme for this new phone that's coming out. This is like one of your best phones coming this summer. And I'm looking for your marketing department to cross promote. So I showed him screenshots of the theme we had, and he was like, Vin, I'm sure the people would love to work with you. So he's like, can you email me a few of those screenshots of your theme? I was like, of course. So by the time we landed, I popped in my SIM card in this shift, and as I was on my way to the hotel, I sent them the email, sent them the screenshots. He had everything before I'm sure he reached his destination. And by the time I got back from Detroit, I had an email from Windows Mobile, the marketing department. He was like, "Hey, Vin, we got your email, and we'd love to work something out with you." So excellent. Big up to my man Matthew Keys. I met him on the airliner, and you know, because of him, we made this happen. So, you know, once hooked up with the marketing department, we tossed around a few ideas, and they just came up with the promotion. You know, collectively we came up with the Facebook promotion. I'm like, pretty cool. And then they really blew my mind when they said, "Hey, Vin, let's take the winner and fly him to one of your shows." So I looked on my itinerary. I was like, LA, Staples Center, August 15th. Everyone would love to go to LA. And excellent. We made it happen.
So this isn't Seinfeld in a shoe store. This is a real guy, real Windows Mobile power user, you know, promoting Windows Mobile.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and it's not even a deal. It's just a promotion, you know. And, you know, some people are like, "Hey, why are you guys using Naughty by Nature? Why aren't you using Soulja Boy or Jay-Z?" And I'm like, you guys, you don't get it. It's not about that. It's not about grabbing a hot celebrity and using them, you know. It's about real Windows Mobile users who understand the product, who for one love the product, and that's why this thing makes sense. Yeah. So I guess it's just a test to see how things work out, and, you know, hopefully the relationship will evolve.
As an MVP for Windows Mobile, we've always been complaining about the marketing on Windows Mobile is so weak. Like, right. Have you ever seen a commercial for a Windows Mobile phone or Windows Mobile in general?
Absolutely not. You know, Windows Mobile or HTC. Yeah. And I'm sure they're fixing it now. You know, they're going hard. I see they have the Ozzy Osbourne commercial going out there. And I'm reading a lot about HTC, you know, what they're doing as far as marketing, especially in the US market. But I know, like, hip-hop music, we are the best marketers in the world, you know? Yeah. We've taken cardboard from the street corners and made an international phenomenon, you know? We took scratching on your parents' record players and made that international. Absolutely. I'm sure something as useful as a Windows Mobile device, we could definitely, you know, gain some ground on some of these other devices that really sell themselves, but they basically do half the things Windows Mobile does.
Yeah. So what are some of your favorite programs that you have on Windows Mobile?
Well, for me, I'm a traveler and I'm not much of a gamer. So for me, what I definitely love is my navigation. I know they have TomTom, but I support the Telenav. I use Telenav. Okay. And then, of course, you see I have Slingbox on here. So I always, you know, check out Slingbox. Then I have Skype. I use Skype definitely when I'm overseas. You know, I catch a Wi-Fi connect, and you know, we do a lot of concerts. So now it's like every concert hall has Wi-Fi, free Wi-Fi, or you know, I could always get the code and get on. And then I have Skyfire. That's my favorite browser to use, Skyfire. And another program I like, I mean, this WorldCard Mobile. I like that. Like, I get a lot of business cards, so the ones I don't throw away, no, I never throw business cards away. But the ones I really want to log, I just take the picture, and it's amazing how it gets all of that info in it. And of course, I use Facebook. Shout out to Facebook. They've been really good to us over there. And I really love this notes program because I'm always jotting down little notes and stuff. Absolutely. And this is what I love that other devices don't have. You know, you have a digital pen and paper at all times. So I could always use that.
Yeah. Record voice notes and
Yep, voice notes. The voice note program, I actually use that a lot. I have a lot of voice notes on here because, you know, when I'm home writing my rhymes, I'm always playing back off the computer. But when I write the rhymes and I think I have it complete, I'll whip out the voice recorder and say the verse. Yeah, so, you know, I definitely use the voice recorder. Before I get to the studio, I'm like, hey, if it sounds great on this and it's just a rough, I know I'll nail it in the studio.
All right, last question. Do you have anything to say to the Windows Mobile haters out there?
The Windows Mobile hater. So, I think I would say this to the Windows Mobile haters. You know, it's all about ignorance, and not ignorance in a bad way. Ignorance meaning you just don't know, you know? You just don't know. So before you hate on Windows Mobile, before you say, this sucks or this device is better, do a feature for feature comparison. I mean, all of these devices have pages and pages of what they're capable of doing. And it's not about, you know, who's better than what. It's about feature versus feature. So go ahead. I dare you.
Awesome. Thank you very much for joining us.
No
Thanks
problem.
for being here.